there. I hope you're having a great day. This is Dr. Barbara Young, and you're looking at Transformation Success Television Network. This is the Total Woman Show. Call your friends right away. Tell them they got to tune in right now to the Total Woman Show, because we have got a hot topic for you today. So look, I want you to get your pads, your pencils, because you may want to take notes for this show. But I'm happy that I have my guest with me today, Miss Diane Forrester. Diane is the intentional living expert. Know what that means? She's going to tell you later about that. Okay, welcome, Diane. Happy to have you on the show today.
Thank you, Dr. Barbara. Happy to be
We
here.
got a great topic.
I'm
And
excited.
my good friend over here, Dr. Cecile Lacalco, who is Dr. L, who's an entrepreneur, and she is the smile dentist. Yes, she's a dentist. Yes. So anyway, we want to welcome you to the show today, and we have a special guest. Today, we're talking about magazines that feature women authors, columnists, writers, and is there space for women in the digital media market? So I am welcoming our guest today, who is the editor of ETM Media and E, the executive magazine for the female executive. So let me welcome our guest today, Miss Althea Ledford. Yay! Hello, Althea.
Thank you for having me.
Hello.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
You look wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
I
Thank
mean,
you.
woo, sexy editor we got here.
Yes.
All right. Absolutely. Well, you know, Althea, we've been trying to get you on the show for some time. So here you are now on your own to tell us about media. You know, one of the things that I looked at when I was doing research to talk about this year has brought monumental changes to the magazine and digital publishing industry. And very often female publishers are facing, not only just female publishers, but publishers in general, are facing a myriad of problems and challenges. Mm-hmm. Now, each publisher is different, but there are issues that are facing all of you. And number one is monetization. We know that. Number two, it's like keeping up. And number three is readership. Right. So I want to talk today about some of these challenges that you've had to face and how being an editor of a magazine, of a digital magazine, how that has impacted you. But let us go back to the beginning, because that I want to, before I jump into that, is to talk a little bit about your background. How long have you been an editor? Why did you decide to go? I'm bombarding you with this question. You know, and what motivated you to become, you know, an editor of a magazine, particularly focused for women? I think that's a great.
Okay, girl, I started the magazine for Today's Female Executive as a result of being the director of NAFI Los Angeles, and I had all these wonderful speakers, and I didn't know what to do with them. I could only put one speaker per month, and I had like 20. So I said, I'll start a magazine. This was just that simple. And then I had been a publisher already. I'd done 4 to 5 books. So I was experimenting to see if we could do it, and lo and behold, it was wonderful. It came out great. That's how we started.
What is NAFI, women?
National Association of Female Executives.
Okay.
Yes, it's a national organization.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Wonderful.
So what was your background?
Before that, I'm a stockbroker. I've been in financial markets for years, and I designed institutional life cycles and helped educational organizations and foundations move large amounts of money.
That's all?
Then I worked with Countrywide. I did stock options for major corporations, and I designed stock programs and financial market analysis software, things like that.
That's amazing.
Yes. Oh, thank you.
So I mean, you know, that transition from stockbroker to magazine.
Yes.
That's a big leap.
Yeah.
Did you have, well, you said you had published several books, so writing, I guess, was in your background. Were you passionate about writing?
Yeah, I was writing to the things that happened to me. Like, I was a gifted child, so I wrote books to help parents with gifted children. And then I designed the magazine because I kept trying to get my articles published in other people's magazines, and everybody kept bouncing them back. I was like, that's okay, I'll do my own. Right. And that's how I started the magazine. And now I've exceeded with quite a bit of those that didn't let me in their magazine, you know.
Right.
That's excellent.
Yeah. So
wow, that's a great story.
Yeah, that's how it started.
Now, being a powerful woman as you are in the digital magazine industry, what have been some of your challenges?
Believing that I could do it. I now tell people all the time, you have to see yourself in that position. There's nothing actually holding me back. There actually, for anybody in any area, there are no obstacles that are that you can't overcome. But once that obstacle becomes real, and you say, this is I'll give you a scenario. You know, they have, in the circus, they have elephants that when they're babies, they tie them to this pole. And the elephant can't go any further than the pole, and then that chain gets lighter and lighter until they don't even have to use a chain. The elephant just perceives that he can't go any further than that, and that becomes his reality. And that's what happens with humans. So once I realized I could do anything and be anything, then color and gender was not an issue. And that's how I had to get it here, and then it was fine. So there were no real articles, no issues. Yeah.
And you have done such a great job at it.
Thank you, thank you.
What tools did you use to get there with your mindset?
Best practices, I tell anybody, if you're going to start a business or do anything, find out who the top people are in that category. Study them. Most importantly, study their failures. Study what their fears were. And then that builds up your encyclopedia of reverence. When you get ready to go through something, you can pull from different people's. Failures are very important, because there's a book called Fail Harder. Yeah. If you fail, then through the failures, you're able to see what not to do. And if everybody flowers up success, but the failures are where you really learn the important, valuable lessons to carry over. And so that's what I did. I studied a great men of industry. My goal is to build an empire, and so I studied those people that did it and how they did it, and then I methodically worked through the process of setting everything up. The stockbroker background helped, because I know how to structure a company, but that was what I did, and I continue to do that, study and learn from I always listen to what other people's stories are, because you never know. You can pull from it.
Well, when we talk about readership, how do you attract the readership, and how are you doing today when we look at readership?
We're exploding now, because I think the feel of the magazine, we were unique when we got in there, showing powerful women. I showed, on the cover for the first year, I tried to show women in everything except a suit. I showed them on a motorcycle, jumping out of airplanes. In space, we had Dr. Peggy Winton in space. We had her in there. So I try to show female executives meaning you can be anything. Yes. So I try to show as many types of executives as I could, and show that this is a crossover process. It's executing is what it's about. And then I realized it doesn't even have to be female, it can be whomever. And so that's how it started. So I didn't, readership was like, people just started being attracted. We have like 40% men read this magazine. Wow. So we're going to start a men's magazine at the beginning of next year, but they just like the ideas and the stories. It was I started out with NAFI, so I connect with women's organizations, so we would be getting in 100,000 readers at a time. I didn't go one-on-one to try to do it that way.
So you actually went through organizations
Organizational alliances.
Female organizations,
yes.
Right, where they had a followership.
Exactly, and I made the magazine free to them. I don't give all my secrets away, but I make the magazine free to them, and then I put them in the magazine, and that automatically gave me that circulation.
Now, this is digital. Do you also have a print version?
We do have it in print by special order, and we will do, after we get finished with this next growth spurt, which we're now, so much stuff is going on, we will go back in earnest and do the print. Print is not a moneymaker, but print is a different experience. Everybody doesn't want to have to turn on a laptop or a phone or something to read the magazine. You know how you like to dog tag the ears, put it in the bathroom or put it on the coffee table and get back to it. Yes. That's what the print version is. But the digital can go anywhere in the world. That's the good thing about digital.
Well, that's been one of the challenges that a lot of the digital publishers have been facing. One, monetization, readership, and then how do you keep up? Because that's keeping up with the current, because we're moving more and more, I guess, and two, by being digital, you're moving more and more. And then I know you also have the capability of putting a link in your magazine so a person can actually click on the link and take you right to that person's
website, everything, anything. Yeah, when we put topics in the magazine, the digital is, like, you can play a movie on each page if you wanted to. I would never recommend it, but you could. So you can do the same thing with digital. You can put their links, their website, their book. They can buy the book directly off the page, see a clipping or radio show, anything like that.
So where do you see yourself going?
I see myself in very short, I think 3 to 5 years, being competitive with ABC or NBC, not in size, but in concept, because we've got different concepts on our media models different than theirs. and we're capturing people that they're not able to capture. We have interactive media versus just media designed to inform and entertain. We inform, entertain, and encourage people to interact, and that's the different piece.
Yes, you get them engaged.
Engage. That's our tagline. Inspiring humanity to engage upon itself. That's our tagline.
That's incredible.
Thank you.
That's a great goal. A great vision.
Yeah,
I
thank
should
you.
say.
Engagement's really important.
Absolutely. That's what social media now has people, is allowing people the opportunity to engage and help. So we don't have to have that mindset, if you see a crisis, somebody else will fix it. You actually know, what can I do? And it's very important that we get the next generation thinking in terms of being engaged, not just saying somebody else is going to handle it. That's how you have crisis and nobody jumps in, because they're thinking that nobody has to.
Right.
But it should be your issue.
How do you get people to engage these days? I mean, we're bombarded with social media everywhere you look. I mean, open your emails and you can't keep up, or you can, but you have to stay up all night probably to do it.
What Frederick Douglass says is agitate, agitate, agitate. That's how you get them engaged. Make them mad and they'll respond.
Bad
Are you
press is
excited,
good press.
cry, or mad, and they'll respond.
Okay, well, we've been excited, we've been crying.
Yes.
Your magazine has touched so many people, and I really, really want to applaud you,
Thank you.
Althea, for what you're doing to the larger society in bringing particularly issues concerning women and some of the things they grapple with. You have many, many authors and columnists in the magazine. What stands out the most that the readership really, really is interested in?
Feeling like somebody cares, and we work with practitioners instead of freelance writers, because practitioners are passionate about we have passionate writers. So freelance writers are not attached to the source of the material and not attached to the use. They're middlemen. Okay. So, but a practitioner is their brand, their name, their website, their coaching package, their book, whatever. It's right there. It's transparent right there in the article. And because that transparency exists and the desire for someone to come and interact, people feel authenticity when they read the articles. Right. That makes sense. Well,
tell the listeners and the viewers out there how they can get your magazine. So give us a site.
You can go to our website. It's called ETM Media. It's ETMMEDIA.net. And everything is there.
ETMmedia.net. Go get that magazine. Go download it, because it is truly a terrific magazine. Not saying that we have a certain person that's going to be on the cover next month.
Yes.
So be sure to get that magazine. So I want to thank you so much for taking the time to be on the show today, Althea. And I want to wish you God's blessings as you continue to make an impact on the world.
Thank you, ladies, for having me. This was wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Okay.